What's up YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Jacked Up Garage. I'm excited to be working on my own S15 today. I bought this car stock standard, besides the engine which has recently been built. I've got a budget of 2,500 Aussie dollars to see how much power I can get out of this as in its current state. So let's see what that $2,500 gets the S15.
We're going to come very close to our budget of $2,500. This is what we've got so far. We picked some of it up secondhand, some of it up brand new. So let's go through it. First off, we got some 550cc injectors. We got them secondhand at 300 bucks. We got a secondhand fuel pump. It is almost brand new. That was 100 bucks. That's fuel system done. We're going to electronics now. We got a Power FC. We picked up this one secondhand as well, 400 bucks. And then we got a Z32 airflow meter. We're going to need to upgrade that because the standard one won't handle the amount of power that we're going to try and get. So we got that, 150 bucks. We got a brand new catch can from GK Tech, 125. We got a boost tee, Turbo Smart boost tee. We got that brand new for 100 bucks. Then we've got intercooler kit. We picked this up from Just Jap at a really good price, 400 bucks. This nice stealthy black intercooler should look really nice behind that bar. The one thing we don't have today would be intake. We're going to make that up ourselves out of some steel, nice stainless steel piping. That shouldn't cost more than 150 bucks. And then last off, we've got to account for is tune. That's going to be about 700 bucks. So I reckon we're just going to come in just under that 2.5 grand mark. Hopefully we don't need anything else. Let's start with the intercooler.
So the first thing that we need to do is to remove the old system. We're going to remove all this old intercooler piping, and then we're going to be removing the bar to get access to mount the front core. So let's get to it. I reckon I'm going to put this on Marketplace. Think anyone will buy it with me?
600 bucks.
Help with the budget.
We'll recoup most of the
recoup all the money back for someone going stock, standard, original.
If anyone wants this, it's on Marketplace. 2,500 bucks.
25, yeah, that'll.
Going to fit the intercooler first. So what we need to do is take off the horns. We're going to slot it up in there. We may need to trim some of the Rio bar out. So we'll start by just taking those off and slotting it up, see if it fits. Mocked it up in there. It all bolts up fine. We're just getting a little too close to the Rio bar. It has been cut out before, just not enough for our kit. So we're just going to slice that off, and it should fit in there nicely. Finishing up with the horns, so managed to get both of the horns behind where they generally do sit from standard. That one there, brackets are in, pretty much all sorted. Got everything out on the bench. We think we know where everything's going to go, so we'll just start fitting it. Didn't come, this is standard hose. We just chucked a Raceworks bit of silicone on there, looks much better. Let's try this. Got a few things prepped and ready. Got the hole cut with our pinch weld around it. It is a bit rusty in here, but we're going to rectify that at a later date. We've had to extend our positive cable just because it's not long enough to reach the battery in its new location, which will be turned on its side here. We've remounted the washer bottle It's broken. We're going to replace it at a later date as well. But yeah, that's nice and secure now. That's absolutely not going anywhere. Got a lower pipe on. All we've got to do now is put our last pipe in and our intercooler hoses.
Yeah, so we got the last piece to go in here. It's been a bit harder than expected. Bolt-on kits, never bolt-on kits. You've always got to make room. I guess going on a budget as well, it's not going to be as precise as they mention. But let's get this in. So
what have we done with the block valve as well?
Oh yeah, so we've just blocked off these because we're obviously not going to have a blow-off valve. What we've got left to do now is to fit this last intercooler hose and connect up the battery, and then yeah, let's see how we go.
Ooh, nice shiny intercooler piping is all in. Looking really good, fit up really good. So the next thing we're going to get onto, it's another day now, so we're going to get onto the intake. First thing we're going to do is we're going to, well, basically mock it up, fab it up. So we're going stainless steel. Got a couple bends here, got our silicons. We're going to chuck a new K&N pod filter on it as well. At the same time, we're going to be putting and mocking up our catch can. That's going to be mounted to the radiator over the top of the radiator fan shroud. And last off, we're going to be fitting a new airflow meter because it's going to be running a little bit more power. Needs a Z32 airflow meter. Let's get to it. All right, we've run into a bit of a snag here. So we've got not much room. So what we think we're going to do, well, what we are going to do is remove the coolant overflow bottle, and we're going to relocate it over here. I'm just using a cylinder type overflow bottle. That'll allow us to get the K&N pod filter further away from all the heat and allow us to run a bigger filter. So either that or running a short filter, which is never really good. You want as much airflow as you can and as far away from the heat as you can as well. Catch can. Very simple setup. All it does, sits here, like so, runs your brackets to your radiator shroud, and then you just have to take this bad boy off, and then you've got one running to your catch can and one straight back into the intake. Very simple setup. It's not a vent to atmosphere setup or anything, so it just goes from rock cover straight back into the intake. Got our little Turbo Smart boost tee here as well. We forgot to mention that. We're going to chuck that in so we can wind this boost up to 28 PSI and blow up them up. Alrighty guys, going to make this very simple for people maybe playing at home. Z32 wiring. So on the S15 plug, you've got 3 wires. You've got a black and white, you've got a pink, and you've got a blue. On the Z32, you've got letters of where the pins go. So you've got A, B, C, D, E, F. And then what we're going to connect is A, there's nothing. B is just the blue and the blue wire. Then C will be ground, so we're going to run a separate wire to somewhere grounded on the body. Then pink wire is D, E is the black and white, and then F is no connection. So we just got to match our letters up with our wires here and then pin them into our brand new plug here. Let's do it.
Alright guys, so we've managed to install the intercooler system. We've also fitted the catch can. We've got our complete intake and we've wired up our Z32 airflow meter. Now it's time to see if this thing starts and see if it runs. Obviously it's going to need a tune, so yeah, let's fire it up and see what we got. Alright guys, so yeah, we got a nice flutter there. It doesn't sound like it's running 100%. Obviously, we're going to have to get it to the dyno. But that concludes this episode of Jacked Up Garage. Thanks very much for watching. And I hope to see you on the next episode where we get this to the dyno and we see how much power it gets us on a budget build.